We are in fourth video. Let's see with the next topic, that is steps of process in research. As we already have an experience of how to do a research paper, so just remember those steps. So that's those steps have been combined and categorized and given it as 7 major steps. The first step in process of research is defining the research problem, or it's also known as just defining your topic. Second step is review of literature. Then you formulate your hypothesis. Then you develop a research design. You start with the data collection. You collect your data and then you start analyzing it. That is data analysis and interpretation. Final step is research reporting. So there's also an essay type of question, so maybe asked for 12 marks. So let's discuss in detail. Step 1, defining the research problem. So when you select your research topic or when you define your research problem, there are certain criteria which you have to look into. Based on that criteria, you have to select your topic. The first criteria is the topic which you choose should not be very narrow nor very vague. So those kind of problems, if you select, then continuing the research would be a problem. So such topics should be avoided. Then the researcher who is selecting this particular topic should be having some familiarity, certain knowledge with that particular area. So the researcher, whoever is conducting the research, should have enough qualification, knowledge, and training to select that particular topic. For example, you are a commerce student and you need to select a topic which is related to commerce field. But if you select a topic relating to medical field, so that particular knowledge or a qualification you will not be having, and it is riskier to conduct the research in that field. That's why such kind of topics should be avoided. Then the most important thing while you select a research problem is the researcher first should analyze himself. What is the quantum of money which he could spend for completing that particular research? Whether he has that much money with him or not, or whether he has sufficient time to conduct and complete that research or not, and whether he can take such kind of effort to complete that sort of topic or not. Then you have to define the problem. The next thing is when you define a problem, you should be make sure that whether the sources to conduct that particular research is easily available or not. For example, if you conduct a research in the field of bank, the resources are available. But if you conduct a research which is a very confidential matter, which will be not given to the public, then selecting that kind of problem or a research problem or a topic could be a hindrance while you continue your research. The next thing is, so as you have experience with conducting a research or writing a research paper, we first start with the review of literature, then you move on with your research problem. Or some people will first define the research problem, then they move on with the review of literature. So if you are first doing the review of literature, then framing your research problem. So selecting the research problem must be preceded with certain preliminary studies, nothing but what? Literature survey. So to comprise and tell, whatever the problems which you select should not be very vague or narrow. The person who's doing the research should have enough time, knowledge, qualification, and training to do this. He should look into with the money, time, effort for doing this. The resources should be easily available, and before you select your final topic, a preliminary study about the topic should be done. The next step is review of literature. As we know that the literature survey is nothing but reviewing the studies which has already been conducted, whether it is in published form or unpublished work. See, when you are doing a research, for example, you're doing a research in the field of banking about CSR activities, but you would not be the first person to do that particular research, right? Already there will be so many researchers who have already done that particular research in that field. So as a researcher, first you have to take that particular thesis or research papers, whether it may be published work or unpublished work. First we have to see what the other person have done. Why we are going to do that? What is the necessity of doing this literature survey? So let's see the purpose of it. So why? Because it is the element to document the studies which is relevant to the topic. So whatever the topic which you have chosen, it is a mandatory thing that you document all the studies relating to your problem. So that would be easy for you to refer in the next stage. So to ensure that no variable that has been taken up should in the past studies is ignored. So it is better to take every variable which is already studied in the past and document it. And suppose when you do this kind of study and you got to know that whatever the idea which you are thinking to do in your research is already done by others, then you can stop doing that same kind of research which would result in the wastage of time and effort. The next purpose is, so when you do a thorough review of literature of all the published works, unpublished works relating to India and even abroad, relating to many other areas, that will give a solid foundation for you to process for further investigation in future, and it will also help to build up a good theoretical knowledge in your mind, so that when you write your thesis or when you do your research, it is easy for you to frame your objectives and hypotheses. The most important thing why we do a review of literature is you can know what the other person who have already done and what else you are going to do in your research. That means the research gap, what the other person has done and what extra, what different you're going to do in your research is what the to understand the research gap, you do a review of literature. So the last point is, as I already told you, some people will start with the review of literature, then frame the topic. Some people will start with framing the topic and then move on with the review of literature. So this is what the last point says: to enable to develop the problem statement in a clear and precise manner. First, if you're doing with the review of literature, it helps you to clearly state your research problem in a precise and clear manner. Let me summarize. Why we do a review of literature is to document all the relevant things, and you make sure that nothing is omitted relating to your topic, and you will not result in the wastage of repeating the same kinds of stuffs, and it will give you a thorough knowledge and solid foundation to continue your research process. So the most important thing is to understand the research gap, you conduct a review of literature. So the third step is formulation of hypothesis, that will be dealt in the next video.